Hello, y'all, and welcome to Wednesday night's live edition here on Dixie Belle. This is Whimsical Wednesday, and I am Tracey, and I'm going to be painting with you live tonight in my garage, working on a piece that I'm super excited about, and I would love to share with you guys what I am doing. So please say hello when you come on. Welcome to Dixie Belle Paints page. If this is your first time here, especially, we would love to know where you're tuning in from. If you're a new painter, we can hook you up with the local retailer that's in your area if you'd like to try the paint. Otherwise, if you just want to hop on and watch, we'd love to have you. I am here for up to half hour, maybe 40 minutes to inspire you, to hopefully put some ideas in your head or to show you how super easy this really is and that you can do this as well. So hello, we've got some people on there. Dora, you are the first one. If I were doing a giveaway, you would win. You are the first one to say, hey, Tracey. Hello. Please do say hello when you come on. I am here. I've got a microphone on. I'll turn my back to you in just a minute once I start painting, but want to explain a little bit about what I'm doing tonight. If y'all would be so kind as to hit that share button and let the news out that we are painting live right now, just in case anyone is sitting around and looking for something to do, they can watch us paint and they can chit chat with us. And Dixie Belle will be here also in the background laying low. That way, if I miss any questions or anything that come up that I don't see and don't answer, they can answer for you. So I'm a brand ambassador for Dixie Belle Paint. I have my own Facebook page and Instagram and website, Tracy's Fancy, Tracey. Miss Dora spelled it correctly. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Trish. Yay. Now we're starting to get some traction here. Good. Thanks, you guys. No one ever spells my name right, and y'all always do on this page. Thank you so much for doing that. Anyway, Tracy's Fancy is my business name. I would love it if y'all would follow me there as well. I go live often on my own page. I post every single day projects. If you want to go to my website, I send out a newsletter every single Sunday where you can get a full step-by-step photo tutorial and all of the products that I use there on my website. So like this piece right here, any piece that I paint on Wednesday night will always go to my blog. Once it's completed and photographed, I tell you all the products that I use and give like a step-by-step instruction there as well. So hello, Liz. Hi, honey. And hi, Melissa. Hello, y'all. How are y'all doing on this Wednesday night? Hi, Lori. Good to see you. Hi, Nancy. Thanks, y'all. So do y'all love this piece or what? So do y'all remember a while back I painted, I called it y'all called it a mermaid headboard, but it really didn't have a mermaid because I've done mermaid headboards. But do y'all remember the piece that was super carved and ornate, and we ended up doing it in like mermaid tail and cobalt blue and, excuse me, hi, Ronnie, hi, Tracy, Tiffany and Tammy, Tammy, Tracy. And highlighted in some gold gilding wax. That piece was actually what belonged to this dresser. Then I also did 2 nightstands that belonged to this dresser as well. So the headboard went to one person. The nightstands are still available. They are painted and they're fabulous. They look like they're right out of a candy store. They are, hi Nancy, thank you, and Barbara. They're like purples and pinks, all sunsetty colors melded together. And then they have black and white striped tops on them and black and white striped checks on the legs. They're pretty fabulous. So those are still available. They went with this. And then I have this piece, and then I have this giant mirror that goes with it as well. So this piece was picked up by a lady about 2 weeks ago. Not picked up, but she bought it. So she found me on Pinterest, another piece of furniture that I painted about 3 years ago. I'm thinking 3 years ago. Might have been 2 years ago. I called it my Allyson Wonderland dresser. It doesn't have Allyson Wonderland on it, but it's purples and grays and black and white checks on the legs, and then the side panels have black and white check on it as well. Do y'all remember that piece? It's fabulous. It's very elegant. Hi, Sue. Hi, hun. Hi, Karen. It's a very elegant, whimsical piece. So it's not in your face. It's very soft and powdery looking. So she loved that piece, and she said, I need a piece like that for my playroom. I was like, your playroom? Yes. So it's going in her kids' playroom, but it's but it's going to be the media center. So it's going to sit under a very, very large TV that's going to be on the wall. So I'm thinking that maybe their house is kind of fancy, and they needed a piece of Tracey's fancy. So I look rested, do I? Must be the lipstick. Must be the t-shirt. Maybe I look like I'm in my jammies or something. Thank you though, hun. Hi, Paula and Debbie. So anyway, y'all, she's from Houston, and when I'm done with it, her and her husband are going to drive here and pick it up. When the COVID stuff is over, you should see all the pieces I have here waiting for people to pick up when COVID is over. I may be sitting on these pieces a while. Things are sketchy right now. I'm not sure. I keep wanting them to say, oh, it's going to be better, and everybody's going to show up and pick up their pieces. Hey, Valerie and Charlotte. So anyway, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to kind of recreate that piece on this piece. So y'all, this piece is 7 feet long. Don't forget, hit the share, guys. We're going to break open the paints in just a second. Hi, Debbie. And Jeannie from New Mexico. Hi there. I know, it's amazing. So you'll see all the way down to this end. I did not paint this because I left it on purpose. I wanted y'all to see what it looked like before. And I know I posted on my Facebook page today, but this is what the whole thing looked like before. Now, right here, there were hand-painted bouquets, and they weren't baked on. It wasn't a baked on finish. It was actually hand-painted florals with an artist signature. And we sanded them off. They were on each side panel. They were on the nightstands as well. And so just to let you guys know, we cleaned the whole piece with White Lightning. I say we, I mean Matt, because, Matt's home from work right now. So he's helping me because I'm still working. So it was cleaned really well. He did it. And then, hello, Lavon. Hi, honey. How are y'all doing there at the Vintage Life in Pueblo, Colorado? Guys, I should also mention that we try to say every live that the Dixie Belle retailers, guys, are still working, okay? So if you have a retailer in your area, don't assume they're closed. Check with your retailer and ask if you need something. I'm sure they're willing to do curbside pickup or drop off in your area. So don't overlook them. Sue, this is Manatee Gray. Okay, so anyway, this right here, I put B.O.S. in white over because when he sanded the flowers off, y'all, it went all the way down to the wood. Well, when you expose wood and then you've got painted surface around it, if you don't prime that, when you paint with chalk paint, it goes on differently. You're going to see the shadow of the wood under your chalk paint, and you're going to have to put on several coats to cover that wood. And in addition to that, don't forget that wood always gives you, not always, sorry. Wood very often gives you the gift of bleed through, right? And that is just wonderful, and we don't like it. So if, just in case, oh, Janet, you did, that's my hometown. That's where I'm from. You are about 3 hours and 15 minutes from my driveway. I have lots of family in Spring, Texas. That's amazing. That's awesome. Love that town. Don't get there often enough anymore. So 1 coat of Dixie Belle B.O.S. white, and we're good, okay? So even with 1 coat, you can't see it very well here, but even with 1 coat of B.O.S. white, when I painted this gray today, I still could see a little bit of the wood shadow coming through. So I had to do 2 coats of Manatee in the middle here to cover that wood shadow. So if you ever sand down just to wood and you're thinking, oh, my paint will cover that, you're going to have to go back and cover your boo-boo. Okay, so just a little word of wisdom there for you. Okay, so this is Manatee Gray. This is this color right here. Miss Sue was asking. Sue is in Florida, and Sue paints a lot of furniture there. Hi, Carol from Australia. Hi, hun. How are you? Hi, Paula. Thanks, you guys, for joining. Thank you for joining on this Wednesday night. This piece is going to be amazing, so I'm really happy that you guys are all here. We have a good audience. I want y'all to see it in progress. I wanted y'all to see this baked on yellow finish before it gets covered up, because sometimes we forget how things looked after, we show them like this. Even just putting the gray on really changed it, right? From Henderson, Kentucky. Thank you, Sherry. So this is Manatee Gray. Manatee Gray is a very, very true mid-tone gray. It does not throw a purple. It doesn't throw a blue. It's a very true gray. It doesn't throw a tan or a brown, which sometimes we want all of those. Hi, Pat. So that's what I used. This is what I used on my old piece. If you want to see the old piece and you're like watching right now and you want to click over on another tab, if you want to open another tab, go to traceysfancy.com. That's my website, TRACEYS, fancy, FANCY.com. Pop over there to traceysfancy.com. When my website comes up, go up into the search bar in the top corner and type in the word Alice. That's all you have to do. Type in the word Alice. My website has a great search engine, by the way. Put in anything in the search bar that you can think of that you want to see, and it'll bring you up blogs that were about it. So type in the word Alice, and the first blog you'll get is some Alice in Wonderland hats, which are ornaments. But the second blog that will come up is the dresser that she saw that she wants to make this one look similar to. But we have to kind of tweak it a little bit. It won't be identical. It will not be identical because the other one was a 6-drawer dresser. This one has 3 big drawers, just like this. Here's the 3 drawers in the middle. Of course, we've got this skinny top row up here, 1, 2, 3. These are cabinets. See this with the drawers on the inside? Yes, I will be painting the inside as well. But right now, we are focusing on getting this front look the way that we want it, okay? So, I've already put on my base coat of Manatee Gray. Anytime you do any type of blending at all, you want to put a base coat on. Don't just start trying to blend over this right here. You need to get a base coat down. So that's another little, hi Mr. Mark, how are you? Hi Nina, hi honey, good to see you on here. So my base coat is down. Have a rag nearby because you want to have a rag that you can wipe off your brushes. And you need a mister bottle or something to dip your brush in. Mister bottles are the best. Spray bottles work, by the way. I did some painting over at my daughter's like a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago, and I didn't have a mister. I've gotten really used to misters. I had a regular old-fashioned spray bottle. These really are a game changer. So if you're using an old-fashioned spray bottle or you're just being super practical and you're using like an old clean bottle or something like that. Oh, you did, Nina. Yes. Thank you. It's so easy. You just go to my website, the top left corner, there's a search bar, and type in anything you want. If you can remember you saw one of my pieces, but you can't remember, if you just remember it was pink and that's all you remember, just type in pink and it'll bring you up all the pink pieces or all the pieces that have to do with black and white checks or whatever. So anyway, if you're trying to be practical and you've got an old-fashioned spray bottle, these aren't much, guys. This mister, you can get it on Dixie Belle's page, you can get it at a beauty supply, you can get it at the craft store, but try a mister bottle versus a sprayer. They really are a big game changer. Thank you, Liz, for typing that, hon. I appreciate that. Oh, Donna, you're so sweet. I'm so glad you're here. And Armand from Belgium. My in-laws live in Belgium. My sister-in-law and brother-in-law and my niece and nephew and all their kids. Okay, so I've got my base coat down. I'm going to turn sideways here. This is a large surface, guys. This is about 36 inches right here. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this is 3 feet. So this big square right here in the middle is about this. It's bigger than a nightstand, way bigger than a nightstand. And it's also about the size of like a 3-drawer chest. Okay, so that lets you know how large this piece really is. It's a good size. So we are going to focus on this section right here. And if you go back to my website and you look for the original piece, it has 3 colors. This is going to blow your mind. It has gray. It has amethyst, which is a really, really deep and rich purple. And then it's also blended with pink. Yep, it's blended with pink. So the original piece I blended with light pink, which is a very, very, very baby pink. It is baby pink as you can get. It's just like little boy blue, little girl pink. Light pink is a baby pink. So hello, Mary from Texas. Lynn, Mr. Bottles are the way to go, girl. They really are. So this one, I love tea rose. Plus, I have an abundance of tea rose. So I decided I'm going to try tea rose because she does want to go elegant. Even though the light pink worked really well, I'm still going to try tea rose and see how it looks. I'm just going to give it a shot. Yes, especially Jeanette. You are so right. Okay. So, hey, do you guys know that I'm going live tomorrow with all the brand ambassadors? We're going live at 2 o'clock Central Time on this page right here. Every single one of us, all of us together. Originally, me and one other were left out, but they were able to work it out where we're all going to go on there at the same time. We're all painting in these weird colors, and we're going to be on there for, I don't know, probably 45 minutes or so. So that's tomorrow at 2 o'clock right here on the Dixie Belle main page, and I think we're all going to share it to our own pages as well. So just wanted y'all to know that that is happening. All right, I'm just getting my paints opened up, and so we're going to try tea rose. We'll see what I end up getting with that, and then I'm going to open up this aubergine, which I haven't had aubergine open in a while. Hello from New York. I hope you are staying well, Miss Adrienne. Oh, this one's good still, but it's going to need a lot of water. It's thickened up a little bit. Okay, so to get started, I am going to go ahead and add a little bit. So I'm going to pink. The tea rose will be more in the middle, and it serves as a highlight. And then, yes, that's 3 Eastern time, Debbie. That's right. And noon, California time, right? Or no, 11. They're 3 hours that way. Is that correct? Or 2 hours. I blue tinted painted, but more gray. Kind of like the one we did in class. The original piece. Yes, Sue, it is exactly that piece. That is exactly it. Yes, Pat. You guys, those people were in my class. Exactly. Those people. You people. All right, so when you start blending, you want to always have your base coat on, all right? So I've got my base coat on. So I'm going to start with my outside first, and we're going to do the aubergine out there, but I need to re-wet my gray here. So I'm going to go ahead and get my gray kind of wetted up, moistened. Does anyone else not like the word moist? I'm not liking the word moist. Okay, so we've got this hardware here that I'm going to kind of have to work around a little bit. It's not hardware, by the way. It is carved on and a piece of it. I can't screw that on or get that off. So you can kind of see here that I'm just kind of spraying this down and reactivating, getting myself some gray here. And I'm leaving this middle because the middle is where I want to put my tea rose. Now there are many, I know I'm not the blender. I'm the whimsy girl. I'm not the blender, not my thing. But I do blend. I blend on almost every single piece. I'm just not, I'm not Brandy. I am not Brandy, but I do blend, but there's more than one way to skin a cat. And if you are a painter at home, I'm sure y'all are trying blending too. But it definitely seems to be what gives people the most trouble. So the thing is, don't get worked up about it. The beauty of this chalk paint is that it just keeps on, you just keep re-wetting it. So I'm going to leave my purple, actually I need one more brush. I'll be right back. Please hold, as I say, please hold. Okay, I need to get one more brush. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put my aubergine around this outside. I'm going to go kind of heavy in each corner, but not on the side, and I'll kind of bring it up as I wet it. I'll work it around, and then we'll go in to kind of blend that in a little bit, okay? Debbie, you're so sweet. Did you say that because of someone? Is someone complaining? I hope no one's complaining. But sometimes we get complainers. Okay, so here's my brush. Here's my aubergine. I'm going to go ahead and wet this spot up here and over. And I'm just going to start putting this on. And we're not going to stay right in. So see that? It's okay to get it. It's okay for me to get it on these outer corners out here as well, because it's not going to be just all enclosed in this one area. All right. I'm gonna make sure I get all this trim covered. I'm already grabbing a little bit of gray. Not a problem. I'm gonna keep going down and around. I'm gonna go ahead and take this all the way around. I don't wanna blend up there yet because I wanna be sure that once I start blending that I can blend all the way around at once. So I'm gonna be taking this all the way down onto the bottom. Isn't this purple gorgeous? It is so gorgeous, but definitely knocks it back when you start blending it out with the gray. It just makes it a little bit more elegant and not so rich looking. So it's got this trim, and I am kind of staying around the outside of that trim, but I don't really necessarily have to. You guys can see me, right? Sometimes I get started and I forget to look to see if y'all can see me. Okay, so I'm gonna take it inside the trim a little bit here. Just a little bit. Taking my brush inside the trim. All right, I'm gonna dab off the gray that I got on my brush, get a little bit more purple, put it back over that because I didn't want that to lighten up so much. You just kind of have to play with what you've got going on. I've got trim here and my brush is bouncing around. It lightened it up a little bit more, and we'll be able to go back and highlight that and make that a little bit darker here in just a minute. Ooh, this is gonna be gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, so now the trim is in our way a little bit, and that's okay. I am gonna take my big fat brush. I'm gonna use this one, my big fat brush, okay? Amethyst, no, it's Aubergine. This is Aubergine. So I'm gonna go ahead and wet my brush really well. Get it in there really good. And then I'm gonna spray along here, and then I'm just gonna start going up and down, just like this. Just working those two together good. And then like I said, I have that trim to work around, but that's okay. Just real light, back and forth. Bringing it into that gray just a little bit. And I'm probably gonna bring the purple over the trim a little bit more in just a second, but I wanna get what I have blended out really well here. Take some of that gray off of there. Brandy, evening ladies. I just started getting this kind of painting my furniture. Are there any, oh look, Miss Brandy, we're so glad that you're here, hon. Any groups or anything y'all recommend that I can watch just to get all the info you can? Y'all start naming them because I know you know them. Dixie Belle has, I don't even know. Dixie Belle has like 10 groups themselves, like Chalk Paint Mineral Enthusiast, Chalk Paint 101, World of Chalk Paint. Y'all start naming them for Miss Brandy, okay? And the best thing to do is just be right here. Just right here where you are on Dixie Belle's main page. Okay, guys, so I'm going to bring purple in a little bit heavier on the corners, on the inside of the trim, because I want this purple to come in and close in a little bit. So now I'm going to pick my purple brush back up. I'm going to dip it in here just a little bit, spray it down, and I'm going to go ahead and just real small like this, get a little bit more purple on the inside of the trim. Because what was happening, and you don't know this, guys, until you start working on your furniture. What was happening is that trim was kind of beating out my purple. It really wasn't letting my purple come in as much as I wanted. So I'm going to go ahead and bring some purple into the gray. And then as we mist it, we'll be reactivating that gray as well. There we go. All right, so back to this big brush. See how it starts to get streaky like that? You just need to wipe off your brush and add a little bit more water. See, I took the streaks right off. So If your color moves in areas you don't want it, just give it a spray. Wipe off your brush. And then, as always, I kind of turn around, make sure, step back. See, it's kind of streaky right there. Give it a spray. Y'all see me? Wipe off my brush. There we go. And just be super light. So now I'm being really, really light-handed. Brought my purple inside. That's what I want. And that looks good. All right, so now I'm going to try this. Let's try this in the middle and see what we think. Let's get this sprayed down here. I'm going to go back to my gray brush. I'm going to go back to my gray brush here and put a little bit here. Reactivate right around where I'm going to be adding the tea rose right here in the middle. Just going to put a little, actually I'm going to kind of just take it all over. And now I'm going to pick up a new brush, new one. Actually, yeah, I'm going to pick up a new one and I'm going to add tea rose right here in the middle. Just a little bit. I don't have a whole lot. I really appreciate everyone. Yes, Miss Brandy, I'm sure I hope everybody gave you really good information. Looks like they did. Good, good, good. I'd love to have you follow me too, hun. My name is Tracy, and I'm with Tracy's Fancy, and most of us are on all of the, you can look up our names, so Tracy's Fancy, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, my website, YouTube. Most of us, you can do that. So welcome, hun. Welcome to the world of painting furniture, girl. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put some of this pink right here in the middle, just like this. Now, this is a little bit different because I don't want to leave it pink like that. I don't want to, you know how this one we left it purple and gray and we went in a circle? I want this to get blended into that pink. So I'm going to just spray it again and just keep working it out further into the gray. And I'm going to go a little further out so that I start bringing some of that gray in. I'm going to bring some, re-wet my gray over here. Spray and just very lightly. I want it to be a little bit further down, a little bit down here. I'm glad I went with tea rose and not, this one's leaving. I'm glad I went with tea rose and not light pink. That would have been too much. Come off. This, sometimes you get bristles and you have to get them out, right? So I'm going to go up and down through this. Let me get my gray brush and I'm going to go up and down and left to right, which you do sometimes just to help bring your paint. Just like this. And then left to right. And this will make it more of just a highlight in the middle and not a circle. And this is what the real highlight where it makes it look just lit up in the middle. Yay! Gorgeous and just what I needed. Yay! I'm so glad, Lynn. And you know what, guys? The brushes that I'm using are all of the synthetic brushes. No, really, the outside around this area, it does help to have the big fat round one. And like up here, it's a little bit streaky still, so I'm going to spray my brush a little bit and just real lightly try to smooth that out a little bit again up here. And I like to let it dry and come back. If you have to come back and doctor it up a little bit, you can, but you don't want it to be perfect. You know, you want it to look blended. See, I got a little bit of gray up there, so I'm just going to take my purple brush and go back up in here and darken it back up with a little bit of amethyst, and I'll probably even add some amethyst back to my corners. But I let it dry first, and then I'll come back and maybe just dry brush some amethyst up to that area. Because I do want it to be really deep in my outer edges. But right now I really am very, very, very happy with this. Got to get the right brushes. So today I used flat medium and oval medium. See the difference? One's oval and one's flat. And I also used oval small. So all of the, well, that one doesn't look very oval. It's kind of dried out. But it is. It's oval. It's the oval small. It's my favorite. Flat medium is my favorite. This Mr. Bottle Joy is the one that you get on Dixie Belle. Dixie Belle's page has this Mr. Bottle. And then I used, this is a big brush by Redesign. It's a, I don't even know what you call it. I honestly don't know what you call it. But any of the big, flat, round brushes will help with the big, oh, see right there, let me wet. So I also love these, you guys, and I wasn't sure I would need these or not, but I brought these in because I thought in case you need to do some shading in some of these little detail areas like I just did right there when I used my big brush again, I brought up a stroke that I don't like. So I'm just going to spray this right here with a little bit of water and get it nice and wet, and then I'm going to just go in here. These are super soft. Just go in here like that and kind of clean that up. These are great for highlighting as well. Y'all know I love these. These are called the French tip brushes. Yes, Lynn, these are the French tip brushes. And, oh, Laura's saying this one. Are you saying this one's a wax brush by Redesign? But I love it because it's big and round and flat. So once everything dries, when I told y'all I would go back and highlight in the corners and the edges, I'm going to go back and highlight with a French tip. So I will end up putting purple on the tip and getting up here in the corner, getting around this edge, maybe getting it a little bit more purple around my trim. But I kind of want to let it dry because as things start to dry, they turn different shades, especially when you're working with grays. Is this your channel to follow you on? Joy, hi honey, this is Dixie Belle's page, and I'm a Dixie Belle brand ambassador, but I have my own Facebook page as well. It's called Tracey's Fancy, TRACEYSFANCY, Tracey's Fancy. And I have Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, lots of videos on YouTube as well. So Lynn's having a light bulb moment. I love it. Laura, you're so sweet. The French tip brushes, Marsha, are also from Dixie Belle. So anyone that's new, I have a link at the top of the video. It says you can get your paints here. If you click on that link, that's actually my affiliate link. So when you order following that link, I get a little bit of the kickback, but it also lets Dixie Belle know who sent you, who inspired you. So I appreciate if you go, if you want to try a French tip brush or you want to try any of the colors that we're using, that would be awesome. But we also have Dixie Belle retailers in all of the areas that you can check to see. A lot of them are still open, and we'll do curbside pickups instead of going into the store. So anyway, guys, so that is it for now. I'm going to I was trying to tell you. So I don't want to mess with this anymore. I will move on, and I go to my page on Tracey's Fancy next, and I'm going to do that door over on that side on my page while I let this dry, because you kind of need to let it dry and stop messing with it. If you keep messing with it, you're going to make your colors muddy and you're going to lose your colors. So I'll let this dry. I'll be able to stand back away from it and look at it and kind of decide how I want to tweak it. It won't be left like this. Of course, I'm going to follow up with highlighting with some gold waxes and maybe some dark wax. It just depends. Miss Dora, hello. Dora, Sherry, thank you. It's going to have black and white check added to it. On the side panels are going to be big jumbo black and white checks, and probably some black and white checks on these drawers up here as well. Very Allyson Wonderland, very, very whimsical. The base color, Dora, is Manatee Gray. Oh, thank you, Pat, for answering her. Manatee Gray. Lydia, my page is Tracey's Fancy. TRACEYSFANCY, Tracey's Fancy. Hey, Llewellyn, thank you. Thanks, I do too. It's an old set of colors from a couple years ago that I used on another dresser, and someone on Pinterest saw the dresser, and they were like, I need you to do those colors again on another piece. So here we go. Cindy, the colors are Manatee Gray and Amethyst, which is the purple. Aubergine. Manatee Gray is the gray. Aubergine is the purple, and the pink is Tea Rose. Tea Rose. Tea Rose. Thank you, Tammy. So that's it, you guys. Thank y'all so much for joining me tonight, and I'm going to hop over to my page and do the same thing that we just did on a door. And then we will see y'all. Maybe some of y'all can join us 2 o'clock Central Time here on Dixie Belle's page. All of us brand ambassadors will be painting simultaneously with weird colors on a timer and a spinner. And it sounds like chaos, and it may be chaos, but it will at least be entertaining for a good 45 minutes, I'm assuming. So who knows? Who knows what we're going to come up with? I will be painting a carousel horse. Like one, Zadie's 14 and we've had it since she was 2, and it is in bad shape. And that's what I'm going to paint tomorrow on that page. Woo, anyway, okay, guys. Well, thanks y'all so much for being here, and we will see y'all next Wednesday night, every single Wednesday night, right here, 7 o'clock Central Time, right here. Please follow me on my page as well. Y'all stay safe, stay well, and take care. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.